What's up, y'all? Good morning. It's been a while. You know, at least being out in the morning. How y'all doing this morning, man? Hope everything was good for everybody. Like I say, ain't been on here in a while. Just been trying to relax, man. Maintain, They still out here chilling. She 5 weeks now, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with her. I'm just trying to say, maybe my calculations are a little bit off. But we gonna see, man. We just gonna leave it at that. That's all I can do. She's just getting big. She's just not getting big fast. I guess it's still early. 60-something days is 60-something days. I guess it was because it was in the middle of the month when it happened to begin with. So my numbers are a little bit off, but we'll see what's up. So they're supposed to take him to the vet. Got that bread, man. I ain't got that. Get him to the vet. You're gonna take him to the vet, get an ultrasound. I need to get it done. Next time I come on here, I'm gonna be the one to the vet. I'm gonna film it. Just have to wait for some things to get took care of. It's hard when you got dogs on a budget, you know what I mean? I'm doing this on $692. That's it. I take care of what I gotta take care of, and I take care of them. That's it. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I'm not trying to ask nobody for nothing. I get it done. That's it. Take care of what I need to take care of, and I take care of my dogs. Yeah. But that's what the responsibility is. You can't expect nobody else to do nothing for you, especially when you the one that wanted the dog. I wanted these dogs. She didn't ask for it. I know I did, and I was gonna get it. So that's why I'm putting nothing on nobody. This is me. This is my responsibility. They are my responsibilities. Both of them. My money paid for them, so my hands and my money gonna, keep caring for them. That's what I signed up for. It's all about that responsibility, man. You better leave it alone. When you're responsible for something and you know it, you can't expect nobody else to do it for you. You the one that need to get out there and handle it. Period, point blank. If you start it, you finish it. Exactly. Just like that. And if they come with the beginning, you better be able to give them their end. You know what I'm saying? Be it fight, friends, or a conversation, whatever it is. You know how to end it. Because if you don't, this shit gonna linger on forever. Forever. But yeah, man. How y'all doing out there, man? Trust everything is well for everybody. Everybody got up and made it to work this morning, If you're doing that graveyard, you got home and you alright. Just waking up. Well, nah. Y'all, yeah, y'all just waking up out there. You're just waking up. Getting your bearings about yourself, If you ain't got nothing to do with your life, you up smoking weed, got a beer in your hand. Or you standing outside, smoking a blunt, drink some coffee. Leave it alone. I keep telling you, boy. But back to what I was saying. It's just, Whatever you're doing in the morning, make sure it's your routine. Don't keep changing what you do in the morning. Because the more you change up what you do in the morning, the more you're going to be out of whack. You got to get into a routine in the morning, in the middle of the day, every step of the way. You got to have it. You know. I mean, yeah. A life with routines is boring. So no, everything can't go according to plan. But the best way to work that out is, look, Monday through Friday, if you work, this goes like this. So when it comes to them off days or vacation, damn all that. Do whatever the hell you want to do. You know, and if you ain't working, you ain't got a job, you better be going to school. If you ain't going to school and you ain't got no job, you just sitting around the house, your life is going to pass you by. That's just it. You got to have something going. You cannot just sit there and do nothing. That's it. I wish I was able to get out and do something, man. This is the only time I have ever sat still. You know, second time. I had to sit still for this long. No. It's the third time. Hey, man, when you get injured, you get it. I've been hurt 3 times real bad in my life. This is the third time. But every time, it's just the same as the first. You want to get up and do something, and you know you can't. I wish I could get up and go to work right now, man. I wish I was still in that truck spinning them corners, man. Most people look at trucking as a boring lifestyle. You know, some people say it's a single man or whatever. People say you don't need to have no kids over the road. I done met all kinds. And they all would get home to them kids, regardless of what their job get done for them. If you could tell your kids the real and they understand, Daddy got to get out here and get this money, get out there and get that money. Or Mama got to get out here and get this money. There's money out there for everybody, and I hate I might not be able to do it again, but I want to do it so bad, man. That's all I know. I do not want to go back to security, that's for damn sure. 27 years of security is enough, you know. I just want to roll now, man. That's it. Move a couple trailers, you know what I'm saying? Drop a couple loads. Get paid. And that's it, man. I miss riding on the highway, man. Seeing all that open land. It's crazy because when you're driving through the Midwest parts, you really don't see corn. Used to be a lot of corn out there. You don't see a lot of corn no more. You know, I guess the areas I was going to, like the way I was going, it was never corn. It's just open land. A lot of green grass, houses, just good living. Now, if you're going through like Kansas City, heading back toward the West Coast, it's a lot of corn back that way. Yeah. North Dakota, South Dakota, they got certain areas where they grow a lot of corn, but it's not everywhere. But even if you're just seeing corn, you get used to it's like you're looking at the land and that shit just rolling like the ocean. You got trees, birds, water, houses, lakes, everything, man. And after a while, you learn to appreciate it. You know, it just give you a different mindset of being on that road, man. Spit it out. You know, you on that road and you driving, man. Don't nothing feel better. I don't care what you're doing. That road feel way better. You know what I'm saying? This is you, the road, and Mother Nature. That's it. Playing some nice music, driving. Might get a call come in while you're driving, you know, it's your kids or your love, you know, your wife or your girlfriend or your friends. You just driving, man. It was never a point to where it was like, I don't want to do it no more. And the part when it came down to like, it's like it made me want to quit, but I knew I could because it was paying me. I couldn't get home time like I wanted to because it's like, when you do a good job for your driver leader, say they give you a run, it's 1,600 miles, right? You get up in the morning, you start that 1,600 miles. On that first 1,600 miles, you drive 692 miles. I done it. I drove 692 miles. Right? The next time, I drove another 692 miles. So now, without paying attention, there wasn't that many miles left to go. You know what I mean? So the way I was doing it was, I was getting up at 4 in the morning, because at 4 in the morning, the earlier you get up, the lighter the traffic. The lighter the traffic, the more you can just get down that road. And the truck was governed, so I really couldn't go that fast. So it was imperative to get up that early in the morning. You get up in the morning and I get there. You know what I'm saying? I got there like, I think 4 or 5 hours early. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get there a day early. You know, it was always I was never late. I was always either 2 or 3 hours ahead to, I would say, maybe 2 to 5, or sometimes a whole day ahead. And that's how I started running. You know, I would go from here to Texas. I would get there in, let's say, like if I leave this morning, like right now, I don't know what time it is. It's about probably 10. Say you leave at 10 o'clock. That's a bad time to leave, first of all. If they give you a load like that, and say like, only time you get these kind of messed up loads is when you're coming off your home time. It's a bad load straight out the gate. Because now, you're getting up at 10, you got to maybe drive till about 10 that night just to get 12 hours, and that's a deal breaker. So starting off, your first run after your home time is dead wrong, messed up. It's messed up. Because don't nobody want to be driving after 6. You have nowhere to park to sleep. So you got to push yourself all the way out until you see somewhere you can pull into and sleep. Thank God some of these truck stops don't be full, but 9 times out of 10, yeah, you're going to pull into a rest area. Because that's all that's left. And sometimes that's full. You know, but I would get up at 4 in the morning and I run that thing all the way down. You know, that's it, the whole 12. I'll run that whole thing down, get done, you know, get up the next day, run it again. You know, some loads would take 3 days because of how far it was. You know, one time I was up in Wisconsin and I had to take a load all the way to Texas. It was a 3-day run, but the 3 days was more or less like 2.5. You know, the more you run it, the earlier you get to those jobs. They don't want you showing up late. You show up late, it's an issue. You know, because it's throwing off your whole timetable for the whole week. So you got to keep that time all the time. Don't deviate from what you're doing when you're driving. Hold on. You can't deviate from it, because as soon as you do, your whole day messed up. You know, I used to hate when, like, I drop a load and it's 5 o'clock right? And then we got to do, no, I'm not taking a load. I mean, I'm going to take it, but I'm going to start on it in the morning. So sometimes what I would have to do is, say it's like I drop a load and it's 1 o'clock, right? And I got about 4 hours left. I got to run that 4 hours before I shut down, just to put some time in on that run. You know, the easiest runs to make is 500 miles. 5 and 400 miles ain't nothing. If you got a 400-mile run, that's one day. 500 miles, that's like one day. Period. You know what I mean? Anything under 1,000 miles, you should be able to knock it down in a day or a day and a half. Anything over 1,000 is a day and a half to 2 days. You know, never 3. Never a full third day. But, man, when you got it down packed, you got it down packed and you running. And all you got is music playing. You got your food. You know, you got your phone that's working. You talk to your family. You talk to your girl. And you just driving, man. I miss it like a motherfucker, man. Ain't nothing like it. I wouldn't trade no job for driving over the road. It's so peaceful, man. Especially if you got the right equipment, man. It could be the best experience you can have. You know, I've been driving trucks since 2016, man. I ain't ready to stop, but something tell me they're making me stop. This is gonna make me have to stop. That's the only other job I really want, man. Put me in a truck, dude. You know, or a yard driver, you know. It's not as good, but you're still driving, you know. Driving is one of the easiest jobs you can get. It takes all the stress out of every other job you ever think of doing. Police officers, we make the same amount. Doctors, we make the same. Truck drivers make the same amount as a police officer, as a teacher, librarians, superintendents. They make the same amount every year. The only difference is we get ours every week. People think it's a black guy truck driving ain't good. Shit. They got people out there paying off their house in 2 years. Depending on what kind of house you want. You want a house that's $300,000, do the math. If you just coming in as a truck driver, you're gonna make $65,000 a year. So that's what? You got 65 and 65. Y'all do the math, I ain't gonna do it. You know how much closer you are to a $300,000, $400,000 house? And all you gotta do is drive a truck every day? Man, it's money in it. You know, people start businesses off trucks. They buy one truck, run their job, pay the truck off, buy another one. And then after that, once you buy your second truck, your life changes. Once you get one truck, you're good. But when you get that second truck, everything you wanted is coming. You just gotta be focused. And remember the job. Don't remember what you finna do or what you want to do. Remember the job, because that job is what's doing it for you. Stay focused. Get you another truck. After that, you know, start everything else you need. You know, build your infrastructure. Find you a lot. Get you some you know, whatever you need. Because if you're going to build anything up, anything, even if you only want 4 trucks, you need somewhere to park those 4 trucks. You know, or 4 trucks or 4 trailers. Best thing to do is get you a trailer with that truck. You know, because some people, truck and trailer, they clearing $1 million in a year. But you're not walking away from it because of taxes. But yeah, It's money out there. A lot of people don't think it's easy to drive a truck. It is easy as hell nowadays. Ain't nobody only people that want a stick shift is the people that want a stick shift. You can test out on the manual, but guarantee when you go to these trucking companies, they're going to put you in automatic because it's safer. Period. Especially when you're working in these city limits. You get cut off, you got to do anything. You got to hurry up and get them gears down. You're grinding gears at the light, it's tearing up the transmission. When all you got to do is slow down, put your foot on that brake. Come on, man. That thing shift with air. It's air shifted. You just drive and it shifts itself. And you can switch it to manual if you want to. It's still there. But who want to do that? I don't. Let's be real about it. I know how to do it, but just give me and let me run that manual. Not manual, but automatic. I miss driving. It's like, if I can't do nothing else, it's alright. I'll figure it out. But if I can, man, I'm finna buy me a rig. Straight out the game. And I'm back out there again. Ain't nobody gonna see me because I'm too busy making money. Ain't got time, man. I'm missing out on bread right now. All the money I'm missing sitting here, man, it's frustrating. You could go from making damn near $1,800 a week to sitting there taking a fuck ass $600 a week. That's nothing, man. That's nothing compared to what you could be making. I hate this shit. I hate it. I just want to get out there and hit that highway so bad, man. Just hit that bad boy. With that air ride seat that, bounce up when you ride. That's one thing I didn't like about trucking companies. They don't have those kind of seats. That seat is stationary. It may go up. You can raise it up. You can raise it down. But when you hit a bump, it don't absorb the shock. You hit a bump, you hit a bump. Period. The seat has no air shock to it. Nah. It only have enough air to hold the seat up in one position. It don't have enough air to bounce you around like if you hit a bump. It don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Poorly built trucks. And that's one part of it. Spit it out. Dude, always eating off the ground, man. You see? I know I heard him break something. I ain't digging in his mouth. I ain't doing that. I used to. I ain't doing that shit no more. Shit's nasty, man. But yeah, man. I miss the road. If I could go back out there right now, I'd be gone already. I'd have been gone 4 in the morning. Exactly. You got some places you go drop the load off, man. They give you, like, you go to Hershey's. They ask you if you want a Reese's or Hershey's bars and shit. And I'm thinking they're going to give you a big ass pack. They give you that one little, spit that shit out. See, you know what? I ain't dealing with this shit. Come on, time to go in the house. You fucking up, homeboy. We're finna keep doing that. Go ahead, Jake. Yeah. I have to put that. He don't want to stop. I get tired of talking to him every time. They know what not to do. So yeah, man. If you just sitting there and you ain't got no job, you got a license, and you like, I can't never get no money. It's hard to hold a job for you, whatever. Go get in that truck. You appreciate it after that. You appreciate that license. Once you get a CDL, you never not have to worry. You don't never got to worry about where my money gonna come from. Cause if you got that truck, you can drive over the road, you can go regional, or you can hit you a local job and sit back and live. Sit back and live, man. I'm out here, man. Man. Sometimes it's like, all right, I'm here, it's cool. Other times it's just like, this ain't it. Like, honestly, this is not it. What y'all giving me a sit still is not it. And it ain't gonna get no better. It's not gonna go up. None of that. It's gonna stay the way it is. You know, I was so close to owning me another truck. When I was out there driving, I was saving again. Busting my ass. That's your fault, fool. You shouldn't have been eating that shit off the ground. Man, go sit down. Go sit down. It's your fault. Looking at me like, oh, man. Yeah, man. It's just, man. Sometimes it's hard to put in words. You're just sitting there, man. You wake up. See the same place. Day in, day out. Day in, day out. At least in the truck, you sleeping in a different state every day. A different city every day. You know, you get off work, man, you go to a restaurant or something in a different state every day. You go to a gym in a different state every day, man. And I started doing that after a while. I started finding the gyms that was close to truck stops. You know, I was collecting my mugs, man. I was living. Fail. Nobody wants to admit when you're doing a job that you like. It's just some jobs people hate. And then you get somebody else that job, they love it. I know people say, man, I can't be out there like that. I can, man. I can. If you can drive a truck, you learn how. You know, one thing you know, and you learn. You learn yourself. You know how to sit in your own skin. You know how to be in your own lane. You know, it's like independence. Everything is on you, especially if that's your truck and you own it. You know, you're responsible for everything. It just make it that much better. You know what I'm saying? Because you go from, say me, like $1,600 a week to shit. Who knows? Some people that own their truck, they making, I don't know, $5,000-6,000 a week. Because if you own a truck, your truck ain't governed. If your truck ain't governed, you can hit that 73 miles an hour. 73 miles an hour in a rig, you finna make all the bread. You finna make all the money, unless you're stuck in traffic. But other than that, it's all highway miles anyway. You gonna run them highway miles at 70 miles an hour or 73. Never do 75 because you're gonna burn too much gas. But, man, 73 miles an hour, you ain't never late. You saving gas, and you moving like you supposed to, man. It just seemed like out of every job I had, man, that rig, boy, It's the shit. That rig is the shit. You getting that motherfucking run. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody tell you nothing about making no money. Especially if it's your truck. You don't own no notes on it. All you gotta do is pay your authority every month. Shit, man. You know how much money you bringing in? 1 month, guaranteed, you probably bring in, shit, I don't know, depending on what your loads be, say you get 4 or 5,000 a week. 20 bands in a month. Some people make more than that in a month. Some people make it 20 and 30. It depends on who you work for. Take Amazon, for instance. They shit start at 10 bands a week. It used to be 24,000. Hopefully it went back up there. Because it used to be 24,000 a week. You know, just to have your own truck and pull Amazon loads. It went down a little bit over time. I've been tracking it, you know. So right now it's about 10 bands a week. So yeah. There's money out there. You just gotta want to get out there and go through it to get it. Even if it ain't that one. If you're working for a company, you're gonna charge you 36 to 32 cents a mile. Most people. When I first started, I went from 32 cents to 74 cents a mile. I was running all the time. You gotta be ready to run at all times. You ain't got time to, you know, lollygag. Oh man, nah, I'm gonna sit down and your clock just started, nigga. You need to be on it. Hit that road. Ain't no other way around it. I done drove through everything. Rain, sleet, snow, ice, whiteouts, damn blizzard damn near. I did it all. And I wasn't even scared. The first time you're scared is like the first 2 years. It'll fuck you up. But after that, man, shit. Bring that bread. And that's what I was doing. I had no issues. None. Now I got all of them. And I gotta sit here like everything is alright. Fuck that. It ain't. It is not. Fucking going crazy, man. Every day it's the same thing, man. Nothing new. Try to do stuff new, but I can't walk like that, man. I can't walk. Walk with a cane, you get to where you're going, you gotta walk around there, or whatever it is. As soon as you get back to the house, you fucked up. Pain ain't fun. I just want it to be over. Plus, we talk about my dogs, but I do me. It ain't all about them. Yeah, it's what the YouTube channel is, but shit. I be talking, man, because I can. I talk because I can. Period. Alright, y'all, man. Y'all be good out there, man. If it ain't the job you want, you need to make moves to get to what you want. Yeah, I'm still going. If you only making a little bit and you need to make, what? I don't know how raises go. But you got to be the best at what you're doing to get the best out of it. Especially if that's not the job you want. Put that time in, put that OT in, and try to get to what you want. And nothing like having a job you love as opposed to a job that you fucking hate. You don't even want to go into work. But you know you have to type shit? Nah, man. Put all them hours into that job you hate to get to that job you love. It's never too late. As long as you got a will and a desire, you can get there. That's it. And don't get drowned out just because you put in a couple hours and you made a good check. Every week or every 2 weeks ain't gonna be like that. You know? I got out here, when I first got out here, I was working at a Quick Trip doing security. and I was working in a club. And like I kept about 5 bands in my account every week. 5 bands every week. But when the security guard spot stopped, money went down. I was working in a club still. Then I started driving trucks out here. Money went back up, and I was working in a club, chilling. But, you know, things happen and everything just fizzled out. But it wasn't on me. I ain't do nothing to fuck up nothing. The jobs just dried up. But, boy, they was unsafe. I had this one job, hold on. I was working at ITF. Now, one of the hub on the wheel was dry. It was broken. Basically, the steering hub on the wheel. It's supposed to be oiled all the time, and it wasn't. So I took it into the shop when they told me to, and I was waiting all day for it. I mean, all day. You know, I left there. I had to get an Uber back to the job so I can go home, get my car and go home because the truck wasn't fixed yet. Until I got to talking to the guy, and he was like, "Well, you know, it came in here for this before, a year prior." I said it wasn't fixed, and they just pulled it back out and put it in circulation. So I've been driving in this motherfucking truck with the wheel hub damaged. And when I told him what it was, I said, "Y'all need to put me in another truck. I don't want that one back." So I started driving this other truck. I'm making my money. Yeah, I'm doing local runs on local gigs. So one day they said, "Okay, your truck's ready." So I go back over there to get the truck. I asked them, "Is it ready?" "No, it's not ready." I said, "They said it's not ready." They said, "Okay, well, we need you to drive it back over here." You know, I'm not driving this truck. The steering hub is messed up, right? And that's what the guy's telling me. I ended up leaving that job because they didn't care about life. They didn't care about nobody's life. You want me to get in this truck, get on the highway, I don't care if it's one exit or not. You want me to drive this thing on the highway to one exit and then get off. Yeah, one exit. I don't give a damn. It's dangerous. It should not be done. You know, that thing break or pop off or anything, I'm responsible for that. So, nah. That's another thing. If you got a CDL, you better treat that CDL like it's your baby. Because it is. But, yeah, I left that job alone. That's the only trucking job I quit. Because it was too dangerous. It was too dangerous. They didn't care about your life. And ego, they were robbing people, basically. I spoke on that before. They robbing you. Anybody that's going to ego, you about to get robbed so bad. I'm telling you. Just because they're telling you get in the truck and they give you how many payments you got to pay until it's yours, don't mean it's all good. They're going to rob your ass. I left that shit alone fast. So, yeah. I want to say I'm back at square one. But I got to start from scratch again. You know, don't know what I'm going to be able to do after the surgery. And that's what my mind is every single day. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. I don't. They tell me I can't work no more, put me on disability. What the fuck am I going to do? The fuck am I going to do? I just want to be able to have a job. I want to be able to do something to make some money. I can't sit there and not do nothing. This shit is irking me, man. Fucking irking my nerves. And ain't nothing I can do about nothing. Sit there and shut up, basically. No, man. No. I can't just sit there. I need to do something. And I can't do it right now anyway. I can't move around at the house to try to get stuff done. once I'm moving around too long, my shit start hurting, I gotta stop. Because when it start hurting, oh, it's gonna make you stop. Shit. My dumb ass the other day, they run some groceries in here, and I'm tired of sitting still. So I grabbed a bag in each hand and limped my way into the kitchen and put it down. As soon as I put it down, I felt my back start hurting. And it been hurting ever since. This was yesterday. I feel like it's right on my damn spine, in the middle of my back. Not my lower back, in the fucking middle now. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like my body is just going to shit on me. So yeah, they need to hurry up, man. Because I'm losing my nerve. I'm losing my patience. I'm losing my patience. I done made myself mad, man. I made myself mad. Alright, y'all. I'm getting the fuck out of here.